Hello, people, and welcome back to another episode of SDS. We are here to discover who are the top 10 managers in the world right now, and sitting alongside me.
Club, by the way.
For club only, in particular, let's specify actually. Good call. But let me introduce the table. I feel like we've got a perfect table for this one. Sitting next to me, Vice Captain. Big Faisal, back in the building.
Football expert,
as they say.
Let's see your expertise come to life now.
And then sitting across you, we have a man who's done many football documentaries as well. Liaz Bouzidi is back
Netflix's very own.
Netflix's very own.
You like that one,
know?
Netflix's very own.
Journalist.
Algerian journalist.
And of course, we have an actual European next to you, an Italian
Fair.
resident. We have Ilias Noriega as well.
European. You're European.
African. American.
Asian.
Arab.
Asian.
Not a continent.
Arab.
But there is, of
Eastern.
course,
Iraqi.
there is, of course, 15 people who have submitted names for this list. Of course, we will go through the top 10, but there have been a total of 16 managers selected. Of course, there's me, Faisal, Liaz, Ilias, but there are many others as well. Fouizi, Sharky, Liban, star player, Shuaib, Abs, Chunks, Hasib, Rinady, and AV.
AV. You made the cut.
V also got
damn.
a vote. We might have to put an asterisk on that one, but we move forward. But let's start off with 16th place and
Before, just to cut you off quickly,
oh,
my captain,
okay.
I would like to put a quick disclaimer out on my list.
Oh, come on. What did you do?
I mean, I made it very, very clear. I'm not ranking it on the season. I'm not ranking in generally speaking. I'm not ranking in anything of that sort.
So what are you ranking on? How
I'm
good looking
ranking
they are?
it on one thing and one thing only. If Carlo Ancelotti left today, who are the managers that I would replace one by
I think
one?
that's a good way of doing it. Wait, is Ancelotti on your list then?
No, he said if Ancelotti leaves. We're going to find out today.
We'll find out. But
I like your thought process because I thought similarly. But okay.
we'll find out. But yeah,
That's an interesting.
It's interesting.
preface.
I feel like that would have been good for your own channel. Did that.
El Face, subscribe to my YouTube. Link in
That
bio.
would have been a good video for your channel. Top 10 managers I want to replace Ancelotti.
we might have to do that again. Part two.
But let's start with this list. We have 16 managers listed in this. Hopefully, all your managers make the top 10. But in 16th place, we have a manager who has been voted by only one person. That person would be Fouizi,
A shock.
who has put him in 10th place. And that manager is Abs Busquets.
Oh,
SDS's very own Abs Busquets.
Abs the manager.
Abs
the manager. Put him top 10 in the world,
Listen, shout out Abs
Top
Busquets,
10
manager of the
South
midweek
London,
league
bro.
side. He is 10th place. Oh, sorry, not 10th place. He's been voted 10th place by Fouizi, but he is 16th on our list.
16th?
16th place.
Yes.
But let's move on.
What's his record saying though? Huh?
Yeah, I want
We
to
need to
what
know
do you
if he's
think?
got-
I ain't seen Abs tweet about a win
No,
in a minute, bro.
He told us last time.
He won a penalty shootout the other day.
He told us last time. 6 wins and 2 draws. Sorry, 6 wins and 2 losses.
Oh, that's a good
Actually,
record.
good record.
Good no draws as well. It's
Decent.
mad.
Entertaining.
Yeah.
But let's move on to 15th place. We have 2 votes for this manager. Both votes coming in 10th place, and that is Faisal and Liban voting for Jose Mourinho.
That bum. Well, I think.
Whoa.
No,
Hey,
now.
Chill.
I saw
like
a stat the
chill.
other day. Other than his Man United season where he finished second, he hasn't finished in the top 4 since 2014, I
Well,
think.
look at the size he's taken.
Look at the
Spurs,
teams he's
Roma, you
taken.
know what I mean?
I love Jose. He's my favorite manager ever. But there's a reason that the jobs he's taken have slowly become less and less lucrative, attractive.
Oh, is
Let's
there a
be
reason?
real.
What's the reason? What's the reason?
Respect.
Has the game gone past
No.
him?
His
or-
stock in the game isn't as high as it was 10 years ago. That's a reality.
Damn, I don't think that's going to happen to a
2014
bold
is
manager that I know.
2014 is a decade ago, bro.
Damn.
It's a decade.
Tell him
but,
catch up with the
He's
times.
no longer a top 10 manager.
For me,
Wait. It's a decade, but
for me, what? Sorry.
you was gonna.
Yeah, for me, he's got unfinished business, and I'm looking at it from a Madrid perspective. I honestly think Perez still wants him. I can see him potentially coming. Again, it's 10th. That's 9 other managers I would want
You had
over
him
him.
10th.
Yeah, that's 9 other managers I would have over him. And he's the GOAT for me, my GOAT.
Yeah.
But he's 10th. But like I said, he's got unfinished business. Like Decima should have been him.
So technically speaking, Liban's the only one who has Jose Mourinho in his top 10. Because you have him in your top 10 managers to replace Ancelotti.
Yeah.
No, your top 10 managers in the world.
Yeah.
So Liban technically has
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Nah, that's sentimental.
Yeah.
I think so. I
that
think
tat-
there's
that
definitely a bit
tattoo-
of
that tattoo's
nostalgia
getting to
playing in there. Number 14, we have Enzo Maresca, voted by only one person. Can you not guess who that is?
Us.
Hazel.
That
El
is El Fazo.
I would love Enzo.
Right
Wallah, I
here.
would love Enzo Maresca.
Being as a Real
obviously
Madrid manager?
Huh?
As a Real Madrid
As
manager?
a over Carlo Ancelotti?
Ruthless,
Yes, I would.
bold.
Position did you put him in?
Ruthless, huh?
What position do you have?
Ninth.
Look, here's what I'm gonna say. Right, Enzo didn't make my list, but if I'm gonna foreshadow into this a little bit, I'm sure a lot of people have Arne Slot on this list. Arne Slot's a guy that a year ago I don't think anyone would have put in their top 10, top 20. But what he's done this season has been so remarkable that you have to put him into that consideration. I'm guessing Maresca's not that far off from what he's doing, and he's doing it from a base that I don't think anyone would have had Chelsea close to where they are. Liverpool, most people probably would have had them in the top 3. So if you really value the job Arne Slot's doing so much that he makes the top 10, I don't think Maresca would be a bad shout either.
It's not a bad shout. He's ruthless, and this is something that we need. Kylian Mbappe has started every single game, every single minute so far this season. He hasn't been benched. Maresca would have slapped him by now and put him on the bench. That's what he needs. Enzo Maresca doesn't take no bullshit, bro.
Will he not walk into Madrid a bit low, like, oh, it's
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
You know what I
From
mean?
Leicester
Some-
to Madrid.
Potter when he walked into Chelsea, David Moyes when he
Maresca
walked
has
into...
the personality.
He's
Maresca is different than Graham Potter. Not comparing them as coaches, but as managers, as with a presence. Maresca's different.
And on top of that, Potter was British, English, basic. Enzo Maresca, a brother,
That's crazy.
Italian. He's got the mafia in him. He's got the dog in him.
Yeah.
He's got a dog in him, my brother. If Mbappe
I ain't
comes,
co-sign that.
if Mbappe comes, if
He's that real man.
Mbappe,
I ain't co-sign that one, yeah.
if
Few
Mbappe
bits of
comes
stereotyping there,
chatting,
so I like it.
he's got the dog in him. The way he chats as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't heard
No.
one conversation about tactics.
Yeah,
I'm
but I hear it
Oh,
though. I hear it.
no. Now, tactically speaking, will look good. The profiles of Enzo Maresca, I swear to God, if he loves Casado,
Yeah.
Lavia, and Enzo Fernandez, he would adore Camavinga, Chemeni, Fede, and Jude.
Oh, the
It will
tables
look
can
good.
start rising again.
just
No,
know-
it was. Slow down.
will look
Slow down.
good. It will look
It's
good.
gonna start
it.
levitating soon.
I love it. Let's move on to the next manager. And the next manager, we have Thiago Motta on 4 points. And also Andoni Iraola on 4 points.
Ooh.
And there is one person who on this table has Thiago Motta 9th. And he also has Iraola 7th.
Oh, it's you.
And
Over
is
there.
there anybody else who has voted? Yep. 2 other people had Thiago Motta 10th, and that is Hasib and AV. Now, Faisal, I am so far counting 4 of your picks have landed outside of the top 10.
said, it's the
Jose,
managers that I want.
10th, you had. Enzo, 8th. Thiago Motta, 9th. Iraola, 7th.
You guys will see there are certain managers that's high volume that most of you guys will have. I wouldn't want to replace Carlo with. Thiago Motta, I look at him what he did last year with Bologna. Incredible. Look at Bologna this season. The impact, of course, with Calafiori that they left, Zerchi.
Hold on, that's a new manager of Italiano now. Italiano is the manager of Bologna now. Thiago Motta coaches Juventus.
Exactly. No, he's talking about, he's trying to say
No,
they
but he's
dropped
saying
off.
this season they lost Calafiori, right? That was your next point, no?
No. I said, look at what he did last season. Look how Bologna is struggling this season.
They're not struggling this season.
They are struggling this
Bologna is
season.
not struggling this season.
Bologna's 8th at the moment.
Bro, they-
5
bro,
wins, 7 draws, 2
Bro,
losses.
the league is tight, bro. Hold on.
It's tied between 1 and 8. The Champions
They're
League.
8th.
They're 8th.
Bravo.
They were up 2-0 against Thiago Motta
And
this
guess
weekend.
what? And guess
they
what?
almost beat Thiago
And guess what? Last minute winner, Thiago Motta.
It wasn't a winner. They drew.
Last minute, yeah, 2-2 to make it 2-2.
You said a winner.
Equalizer to me.
Bologna are
Equalizer.
doing fine, and they lost Motta,
No.
they lost Calafiori, they lost Xerxes. They're doing fine, bro.
And they lost Thiago Motta. Thiago Motta has gone to Juve.
Where's Juventus in the league? by the way?
Juventus is 6th in the
Come
table.
on, bro.
Five points difference. 5 points
I was
difference.
gonna wait for him to finish, but I love this,
Five
Lias.
point difference.
Yeah,
It's a
5
5
point
point
It's
difference.
barely any difference,
He's
bro.
gone.
Consider the quality between the two
Come
sides.
on.
He has gone.
Motta signed so many players this year for Juve.
My
Yeah, he
brother.
actually did as well.
I want Motta for my team. You don't want
You should have won
Motta.
Italiano.
No problem.
He should have won Italiano too.
Hell the no.
Why not?
Hell the
Why
no.
not?
I want Thiago Motta. I've seen enough from Thiago Motta. I love the fact what he's done in terms of the system he's created, in terms of the fullback progression. I don't see Mendy progressing. I want Cambiaso to progress. I see tactics.
I
with
reckon it's
Thiago
more of a
Motta.
tactical thing, isn't
It's
it?
a tactical
It's a
thing
tactical
with Thiago Motta.
thing,
I
yeah.
like what he's done. with Anthony, my goodness gracious. Wallah, I would replace Carlo Ancelotti right this second.
Iraola, straight away. Ancelotti's gone.
With
Iraola,
Anthony.
come straight here.
With Anthony, bro.
That's
we-
one of his best shots on SDS.
Yeah, no,
I
no,
can't
yeah,
lie.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the one. If you
Yeah.
guys notice, I've never in my life, I clowned him at the start. After that, I was like, hey, fair enough.
Yeah, yeah.
He said, you know what? You got this
Yeah,
one.
no, you did.
It was after he beat Wolves.
Every,
Gary O'Neill, I
every
remember
head
as well.
must bow, every tongue must conquer, man. Hey,
Yeah.
that guy right there is real,
Bro,
bro.
we've had Spanish managers in the past. We've had Lopetegui. Why not Anthony? I think Anthony's got the charisma. I think he's got the tactical mindset. I would love Anthony.
What's his
for
name?
that team.
Anthony.
Antonio,
Where's his English name? Anthony.
Spanish for Anthony.
Yeah, I was gonna say. his
And,
English
and the
name,
fact
Anthony.
that he was already in La Liga, what he did with Rayo Vallecano,
He's a serious
they beat
guy.
us. but yeah, I would love Anthony.
Ah, fair play. Next up, we have 12th place. We have Luis Enrique picking up 7 points.
That bum ass.
3 people have actually got him on their list. Liban has him the highest with 7th place. Chunks has him 10th, and AV has him 9th.
This
So-
is horror already.
Luis Enrique, not.
None of them.
Enrique, I don't
He's
think any
not it.
manager has fallen more in terms of stock in my eyes
Yeah.
than Luis Enrique in the
I
last
fully
And it's
agree.
mad because I think he won the treble in his first season under PSG.
I
At
fully
PSG.
agree.
But then he underperformed with Barca.
Yeah, like it's
He
so mad, bro.
underperformed.
Yeah,
Underperformed.
MSN had him, and then that was it.
I know he had the nice semi-final with Spain, but
Yeah,
didn't really cross the line in the end.
yeah.
No, for me, it's not even the
And
results
then
are one thing. The style of
PSG as
football
well.
for me now, I think he gets branded amongst Spanish managers as like this sticky. Bro, his style of football is not that great. Bro. I'll be so real. It's so reliant on a holding midfielder and I'm not a fan of Luis Enrique anymore. I used to be really high on him. The
Yeah.
last few years, I've completely gone off him.
I've never been a fan of him.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Because I'm about to move on to the 11th place manager. This is the manager who's basically the first to miss out on the top 10.
Damn, he's the biggest loser.
And he has 25 points. He missed out by 2 points.
And how many points does Enrique have?
Enrique has 7.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
God.
There's a
damn.
big jump.
So
11.
there is a big
For me,
jump here.
to-
This is
leaving one
basically
guy out.
This is basically when the serious conversation begins.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this manager is Antonio Conte.
Can I say one thing, by the way?
Ooh.
Can I say one thing before
Can
we
I
get to
read out
Conte?
the
No,
names
but before we
first?
get to Conte, there's another manager I want to bring up.
Okay.
For me, I didn't vote for him because I haven't seen enough of his football. I said this to Hasib. But the fact that Amorim didn't get one single vote when we look at what he did at Sporting the last few years, and I'm seeing other guys that genuinely the last few years haven't been able to replicate what he did. I left him out because I'm not going to lie and pretend like I've watched Sporting 50,000 times. But I'm seeing guys put people like Thiago Motta's on this list. What is Thiago Motta's resume compared to Ruben Amorim's
How many times did they
resume?
watch Bologna?
I'm just saying, bro. I'm really just saying. So right now we're gonna look at what he's doing at United too, but what he did at Sporting, breaking up the duopoly in Portugal, style of play, 34 games
Yep.
unbeaten in the league. I don't know. I think he's
Well,
unfortunate not to make
Ruben Amorim doesn't make this list,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Nice speech, but he doesn't make this list.
some useless
Antonio
speech,
Conte, I think 2 people on this table have him on their list. You're one of them, having him 9th, which shocks me because I know you hate Conte. You two don't have him at all.
He loves Conte.
I love Conte.
And I have him 5th.
Oh,
You would rather have Mourinho at Real Madrid than Conte.
Now, explain to me why Conte...
that makes sense.
Is,
Yeah, the
is it only on
yeah.
the preface of the Madrid job? You don't think he's one of the top 10 managers in the world?
No, he is. He is.
His thing isn't about top 10. He's who do I
So
want
you've
at Real
made your own
Madrid?
video to the
Yeah,
video
yeah,
that
yeah.
we're making.
I've made it who I want for my team.
You should
And
just made your own video next
so-
time.
I told him at the beginning. Now he's
Conte is for me a top 10 manager. What he's done and everything, what he's achieved.
So you're willing to
However,
hear Jose coming back, but you're not willing to hear Conte coming back.
I don't want Conte in my team.
Explain that to me.
He doesn't fit Real Madrid in terms of mentally. He doesn't fit Real Madrid in terms of tactically.
When I told you this
Someone
about
who
United, you didn't want to hear
someone
it
who
to me.
demands very highly. Someone who constantly
No.
wins league titles.
No, that's a reason why. That's a reason why Allegri was. I know I'm not comparing the both. I look at Italian managers. Thiago Motta, of course, he is, but then I see he might have a different background.
but he's not really Italian though.
Brazilian.
He's
Yeah,
Brazilian.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. With Conte's mindset, I can already see it. Within the first month, him and Perez are gonna beef, slapping each other. But he's not gonna fit at Madrid. That's
You
why.
think personality-wise, basically,
Personality will clash.
there's going to be a lot of
This
clashes.
about United. He always used to argue with me, but now with Real Madrid, it's okay. I agree with you about Conte in terms of personality. He is a explosive personality that almost always falls out with every single board he's in. Me personally, I really struggled putting Antonio Conte in my list because, as you know, I'm not that high on him in terms of the style of football. It's not for me.
Yeah.
And I think that
Same.
he's a very deflective personality in terms of it almost feels like he's always blaming
always blames
everybody
everything.
else,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
But one thing I can't take away from Conte is the track record.
Absolutely.
The success at every
Speak
single
on it.
job domestically is unquestionable. In Serie A, he is the manager of Serie A over the last 15 years.
I come in, I win this damn
I
thing.
think people here's the thing with Conte, right? The last few years haven't been great in terms of Spurs, the last few years at Chelsea. I mean, he won the League of Inter, granted, and Napoli he's doing a little thing over there too. But really, his ultimate career thing is Juventus. I don't think people know that in Conte's first season, did they go unbeaten or they
Unbeaten.
they went unbeaten in
Unbeaten.
his first season. This is a Juve team that finished 7th the year before.
7th.
Yeah.
The following season, he registered 102 points for Juventus. That's the most in top 5 league history. No team in top 5, the history of La Liga, Premier League, Serie A, Ligue 1, Bundesliga have ever reached that many points in a single season. That's insane, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think those achievements get talked about. Unbeaten, 102 points.
I fully agree.
What?
And that's not even to kind of harp on what he did previously. I also think the job he
Bari.
did at Inter Milan,
Inter
I
after,
think after, because that Inter team was lost in the wilderness before he came in, bro.
And the last
They
time
were
they won the
tightening up the budgets, and he said, no, I'm still going to some way, somehow win the title. So for me, when he went back there and did that,
Chelsea brought
Chelsea
the league with
came
90
in,
plus points.
left his mark
Insane.
for me, even if it wasn't a long tenure. And that's the thing for me. Everywhere he's gone, he's shown I can still do a job and I can still win. So there was no way I
The
was
problem
going to
with
put him.
Conte, you have him 5th. That's too high.
I
for
have
me.
him 5th,
because, bro,
personally.
European-wise, it's an absolute disgrace.
Yeah.
That
It's,
part
it's
I
a
agree.
massive blemish.
And you know about Real Madrid.
And that's I was surprised you didn't mention that as the main thing.
You
if
know
I'm
about Real
honest.
Madrid. Come on, Ak. Like,
European
it's-
pedigree.
But I'm like,
track
yo,
record.
league titles.
Track
How many you got over the last 20 years? Yeah, you could do with some of them.
It's not enough. It's just
But you know how
Champions
Perez, but you know how Perez loves the Champions League.
So yeah,
Yeah.
he got top 10 for me at the expense of somebody else who for me plays a more attractive brand of football. I think he's an absolute genius. I think the work he's done is brilliant, but I have to respect what Conte continues to do. Like every single job he takes, like it might not be there for a long time, but hey, it's a good time, bro.
Nah,
so.
for real. Listen,
Check
I
the Spurs.
even
Unless it's
enjoyed
with you guys,
Even though it
so
was
it's,
even though it was chaotic with us, I enjoyed it. I can't lie to you. I was
'Cause
fully
you're a
behind him.
psychopath like him. Bro.
I
You
know.
guys are-
I'm like, my type of gaffer. But others who voted for him, Sharky had him 10th, Star Player had him 9th, Shaib had him 9th, Chunks had him 7th, Hasib had him 7th as well, and AV as well. So ranks pretty well, but just doesn't make the top 10. But the first manager to make the top
Damn,
10.
sorry, Conte.
The guy I think I left out.
No, it is
Oh.
not the guy you left out. In fact, Faisal is the only person on this table who doesn't have him in his top 10.
Can I guess? Can I guess?
Yeah.
It
Go on.
is, well, he can see my screen, so he's not guessing. He has 27 points, so he finished 2 points ahead of Antonio Conte. It is Unai Emery. I have him 7th. Liaz has him 10th. Ilias has him 8th.
Oh,
And everybody else, Fuizi 7th, Sharky 7th, Liban 8th. Stars doesn't have him. Shaib doesn't have him.
Shock the
Chunks
Arsenal
doesn't
fans.
have him
They're
either.
hurt.
Hasib doesn't have him either.
All the Arsenal fans except me.
They're all hurt, man. They're all
Wow.
reminiscing of Watford away.
You know what? The common theme, I should have seen
Hey,
it.
he might have cracked top 5 if it wasn't for these
Yeah.
jokers, bro.
Abs has got him 7th. Rinity has him 7th. But we know Rinity is like
Does he have
the
did
black
Renedy
sheep,
vote
yeah.
for Arteta? Stop.
so that's
I know we're gonna get to that.
No, we're gonna get to that. But he has him in a funny position. But Unai Emery 7th.
I know
AV
these
doesn't
guys
have
too
him.
well,
So Unai Emery
AV
is
doesn't
the
have
first.
a
Yeah, the
AV
shock
would
the
put
Arsenal fans.
1,000th, bro.
Yeah.
So Unai Emery, first manager to make the top 10. He is the 10th best manager according to SDS in the world. Why is he?
Again, for me, massively underrated, disrespected at times. I remember his time at Arsenal. I feel like it was like a weight on his shoulders that he kind of, it's like a battle scar that he
Yeah.
carried for like for the next 5 years. But the way he's been able to bounce back from that, what he did before that at every single club, he is the master of taking over underachieving or like sleeping giants and taking them to heights I don't think anyone believed was imaginable. What he did for Sevilla in the Europa League, he built them a legacy in that competition.
Yeah.
What he did at PSG, look, everyone is going to remember about the remontada, but I think Emery for the longest time had the best winning, I think he still might have the best winning
does.
percentage of any PSG manager ever. When the okay, everyone wins at PSG for the most part, but he was still winning with them. Goes to Villarreal, wins them the Europa League, the first trophy
ever.
in the club's history.
Don't forget
Then
the
he
year
goes.
before. Don't forget the year before. Semi-final
Oh,
of
that's
the
the
Champions
following
League.
year. So he got Villarreal into the Champions League by winning them their first trophy ever, the Europa League.
Yeah.
He then goes to the Champions League semi-final and is on the verge of eliminating Liverpool.
Yeah, lost to Liverpool.
He had that crazy second leg where they almost came back, knocking Bayern and Juventus out in the meantime. Comes to Aston Villa, who at the time, under Steven Gerrard, were 18th in the Premier
they were
League.
terrible.
Crazy.
18th. He took over in his first season, I think finished 7th,
Yep.
took them to the Conference League, I believe. The next season, got them in the Champions League. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
Everybody
And
loves
for a
to clown
while
on
this
Unai
season, they were
Emery.
first in the Champions League.
Everyone
as well.
wants to clown on Unai Emery because of what he did at Arsenal, and it's a bad time in his career.
Mm.
But I'm sorry, Ancelotti went to Everton and he flopped there.
And
We don't hold that against him for the rest of his
and
career.
just go back. You mentioned Seville. Go back to Valencia. That era of Valencia between 2008.
The Silva, Villa,
and thing.
he was the one that created
the
that.
Manager. Well, he was the one that created
Yes.
that took over and said, you know what?
People forget
This
that
is-
so
this
often,
is
honestly.
This is what I wanted for me, bro. He's a top 5 manager for me. But again, Real Madrid, I wouldn't want him in Real Madrid.
Well, that's
because I think he is. There's a ceiling with Unai, and that's the expectation of Unai. The expectation of him managing Real Madrid, it would never work out.
I agree with that. I think people hold that too much against him. Like for me, everyone's always like, whenever it's about Arteta versus Emery, well, if your team wanted a new manager, would you hire Arteta and Emery? And I can understand that because I think there are some managers that are suited better for different jobs. Like I said, Ancelotti is clearly a manager that thrives at the biggest
pinnacle.
club.
Yeah.
Some guys can't do it like Ancelotti at a big club. However, if you ask me, who do I want to manage, Aston Villa or Everton? Unai Emery or Carlo Ancelotti? Of
course.
I think Unai Emery is better suited to take over that kind of job. And that's a skill set in its own.
Yeah.
And the success that he still manages to have with these teams, winning silverware with them, leading them to the Champions League for the first time in decades, that has to be respected. Man.
And for me, I think tactically he's very underrated as well. For
Massively.
how
Yeah,
he's able
massively.
to adapt to different teams, different setups.
But you know
all
him
the
too.
time.
He's a psychopath in terms of his tactics. Like he is so intricate, bro. Like he takes. They say his focus and like how much time he dedicates to his
Bro.
tactics is crazy.
You know, you were saying going back even before Valencia, Almeria.
Almeria.
That's where Real Madrid TV. Once upon a time, they used to opposition. They did a sit down with him and they showed his set
meticulous.
pieces, how he goes
He's
through.
meticulous.
That was when he popped on my radar, and I was like, "Oh, you're a psycho manager. I need to watch you." Since
a
then,
meticulous
he's still
worker,
got jet black hair, by the way. I don't know how, but fair play to him.
He smiles a lot, man. He's a happy guy. If you're happy, you keep your hair like.
Listen, man. Best for men, or whatever they call it, man. Yeah, listen, Arteta's on the same program, bro. We know.
I hear it,
But,
man. These Spaniards, they got to keep their look.
It's true. It's true. But ninth place, we have a man with no hair. we have the chromest of domes. We have the man who is top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League. It's Arne Slot.
He was so tough to rank.
He is a tough one to rank because I had him 10th. Leah's had him 8th. Ilias had him 10th as well. You had him 6th, the highest.
Yes.
So I'm curious to hear. I'm wondering, is this overcompensation for saying he's going to be sacked by November?
No.
Or
What I
is
did-
this you reflecting and seeing how wrong you were and appreciating him for what he is now?
I'm not a stubborn guy. I admit when things are wrong.
You're not what?
I'm not a stubborn guy.
One more time.
Yeah, one time for us.
I'm not stubborn.
I like that. Keep
But
going.
I admit when things are wrong. And what I did about Onslaught, I knew he came from Feyenoord, but I didn't know what he did at Feyenoord. I didn't know what the impact he had at Feyenoord. I knew he won a league title because, of course, this is what Liverpool fans we're
What it
chatting
takes
about.
to win a
we're
league
chatting
title.
about. But I went back. He was there for 3 years. Yeah, the first season finished 3rd, Conference League final, Conference League final. The second
Unlucky.
year won the league. Last year they sold one of the best players. I think Kuko.
Kokchu.
Benfica.
Turkey.
Oh, no, Cook. Oh, yeah, him, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
he
yeah.
did, he did.
Coach of
yeah.
Benfica.
He was really good. He was really good.
Yeah, the Turkish brother.
Malacia to Man
Turk-
United.
Malacia,
Record fee.
and then finished bought Santiago Jimenez from out of nowhere and look what he did, finished 2nd, and then now look at what he's doing in Liverpool. I can't lie. The playing start, I think this season we're seeing a plan A and a plan B. When my plan A is not working, I think on the clock, ball over the top. My brother, look at Liverpool this season. They're not desperate.
Yeah.
Things are good. Southampton, when things are going a bit shaky, just calm, patient, trust your game, trust your instinct, and they manage to win. I can't lie. I like what I've seen. I said it, bro. Sky Sport, they were on me. They're like, yo, you do know. You told me he was gonna get sacked. I was like, my brother, I know. I know. That's
I'm
the
glad
last thing.
everyone's reminding you still.
I know, but that's the one thing. One thing, my biggest. Again, I don't have a lot of L's. My conversion rate is very high.
Yeah.
That one wasn't a Drake take.
Of successful. That one is a hotline bling.
You say this.
That
You've
one.
been having a lot of hotline blings though recently.
that-
I've
that-
heard you use the same reference a few times
That
recently.
one is a
bro. I
hotline
can't lie.
bling. That one is peak. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Ratchet, happy birthday. man.
Trash ass song, man. Trash ass
God's
song.
plan, that was God's plan.
Oh, man.
Trash ass. Well, he's elite.
Well, no, I don't think I could have said any more, honestly. I think you summed it up pretty perfectly there. I feel like he's kind of done a brilliant job coming in, and it's very slept on him breaking up the duopoly. As you were saying with Amarim, what he did with Sporting to break up Benfica and Porto, I think Ajax and PSV have had a stranglehold in that for 2 decades long. So Fair play to him.
I like Arne Slot as well too, because I look at the squad. He hasn't really made any signings. Chiesa, for me, until I see him, he doesn't exist.
This
for me.
is real coaching, what you're seeing.
Bro, he's gotten to this squad that were good. They were very good last year, but there were holes, there were flaws, and they ultimately fell short. And let's see what happens this year. When he's come in, he's improved players, which I think is a massive thing for a new manager. Like, working with what you've got and improving that is big. And I agree. I think they look just more... They look just more composed, organized. Yeah, they just way more calm. And to carry over from Jurgen Klopp, and it's like he was there, but we're on to the next. That's impressive, man.
No, fair play.
Sorry. The biggest compliment you can give him is that he's made Liverpool fans not forget Klopp, but say, you know what? Yeah, Klopp left.
It's all good.
Yeah, life's all good.
Yeah.
The grass is greener. The grass is greener.
Legendary manager, first season, and doing that is a tough ask.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
tough.
No,
think it's been done.
You man couldn't do it. Arsenal, we couldn't.
It hasn't been done.
We couldn't do it.
Hasn't been done.
Difficult, bro.
Was it when Zizou left? Lopetegui came in.
And he couldn't even get the job before he got sacked.
Yeah.
But he finishes up with 32 points, 9th place. And next up, we're moving on to 8th place. He has 50 points. And I think everybody,
Except me.
barring you, on this table has him. Sharky also doesn't have him, which shocks me considering he's getting very heavy into Serie A. Fuizzi doesn't have him. I understand because he probably doesn't know who the hell this manager is.
I need Lias to tell us who he is.
Lias
I know.
Buzidi.
Gasperini.
Gian Piero Gasperini.
Come on.
I like, because you know what? When I sent my list to Hasib, I said to Hasib, yo, Hasib, I'm going to be the only one with him on my list. Watch this hipster.
Look
pick
how high
right
up I
here.
got him. Look how high up I got him.
I said, yo,
Look how high up I got him.
Elias got him number 2.
Look, man, I ain't impressed. Everyone saw Horncastle
Whoa,
on TNT.
whoa,
Everyone
whoa,
saw
whoa, whoa.
Horncastle's big speech about him on TNT. Yeah.
Lias trying to offer some buffer excuse.
I know that everybody knows Gasperini. Everyone saw Horncastle on TNT raving about him. And
Hey,
We've been there.
we watched Serie A as well here, mate.
Who's that?
he's the
I listened to him.
What is that?
Hornswogel.
Who is that?
Y'all are uneducated, man. Y'all ain't
I'm joking. I know who
journalists.
Horncastle is.
Julian
Horncastle,
Laurent's mate, man. We know.
He's the geezer with the long hair.
Yeah, he's the Julian Laurent of Serie A, basically. But
No. We've been knowing about.
yeah, of course.
Everybody's got him on his list. Tell me why you don't have him on your list.
So personally, maybe 10 minutes after I sent my list, I started regretting it because I was like, look, I respect what Conte has done. But if I'm being honest to myself, I prefer Gasperini.
Yeah.
I think the story of how far he's taken Atalanta from the lower leagues to now European. I think as well too. That was the first trophy they won.
First trophy he's
in
won.
their whole. Yeah, is it Atalanta's first trophy as well too?
Potentially,
Potentially, I'm not sure.
I don't know about
Maybe
that.
their first European trophy, but leading them to the Champions League several times. The players that they've developed under him and then gone to sell and then replace. The style of play is absolutely beautiful. They've taken some big scalps in Europe over the years as well too, and now they're top of Serie A and they look absolutely brilliant. That for me is incredible, and what he's done, that's a true coaching job. The reason I went with Conte, even though I don't like Conte more than Gasperini, is I just think, bro, you have to respect. Like at the end of the game,
I get it. If you're kind of picking between the two, I get it. For me, I had him. I think I had him 7th. No, I had him 8th. But the thing is, for me, is that what you said, the coaching. I think
the coaching
every
is
year on
incredible.
year, I saw him lose his best players. Every year on year, his team didn't drop off. I think in the past 7 years or whatever, they haven't finished below 5th.
I think he's an incredible. He's an incredible
For a team like
manager.
Atalanta,
So
though,
consistent.
take that into account.
Yeah.
That is like Brentford. All of
Yeah.
a sudden now becoming perennial 5th places.
No, it's true. It's true. People are gonna think
Doing
you're exaggerating.
Deep,
That's not an exaggeration.
deep European runs, losing your best
I
player of
remember
the year.
growing up, Serie A, Atalanta, we're not even in the league, bro. I don't even remember them, bro.
I remember seeing the little wavy hair logo.
I was
and
like,
I was
it's
like,
some off-white Inter, bro. Honestly,
I never used to get it.
there's some Walmart Inter, bro.
Always.
I used to see Atlanta and I used to think it was the American version.
I thought it was the PES version of Inter, bro.
I was
I
like,
saw
what's
the
Quavo-
black and
I was
blue
like, what's
kit.
Quavo
I
not
was like,
doing in
PES
Serie
don't
A?
got the rights.
Yeah.
What's
going on?
But what they did, the Champions League run, bro, they were seconds away from beating Paris Saint-Germain if it wasn't for
Yeah.
2 more goals, bro.
Yep.
Flexible. Whether you want 4 at the back, 5 at the back,
3 at the
I
back.
can 3 at the back. I can do 2 strikers,
Tactically
1
perfect
striker,
as well.
3 midfielders,
Yeah.
2 midfielders.
And you know how we always talk
Bro.
about managers who, like, we always talk about Fulham, for example. They've found, like, misfits and they've increased them.
Maximizing
Look at what
players.
Atalanta is doing with Sead Kolasinac.
Yeah.
Van
Look at what-
Zapata.
What's his name? Adamola Lookman.
Zabacosta.
Honestly,
Zabacosta,
he's doing real miracles with some of these players.
And hey, I don't know if you lot have seen Koopman since he's moved to Juve.
Hey.
He ain't really looking the same.
He's
And-
not
and
coop
guess
mining.
what? And
He's
guess
not
what?
coop mining.
And guess
I
what?
know Stars is big on big
Guess
coops,
what?
but
And the person who Milan thought he wasn't good enough, bring
Charles
me
de
Charles
Catalaire.
Yeah,
de
bring me
Catalaire.
Charles. Bring
how's
me
he
Charles.
looking?
Bring me Charles.
See what he did to them young boys?
He looking like
See what he did to them young boys?
Yeah, young boys, not 1, not 2, 3, 4 assists.
Cinco.
And a goal. Brother. He's honestly.
Skamaka before he got injured, similar.
Oh, and they're bringing people back from ACLs in like 4 months.
3 months. bro.
Zaniolo.
Yeah.
No, honestly,
Gasperini.
I was telling Chunks and those guys, I regret not putting Gasperini in
Yeah,
because who do I prefer? I prefer Gasperini.
You're right in
but
what
I
you
have
said.
to
You're
rate
right in what you
Conte
said.
what he's
Well
done.
done,
man.
man.
And do you know what? He is the only person you don't have in the top 10.
Only one, and I wish I
Play.
did.
Where have I
play.
got him in my list?
On your list, you have him 5th. So
Fifth,
you
bro.
both actually have him higher
You
than
want him
even
at
got
Real
him
I
Madrid?
did.
I got him
He's
second.
80 years old, bro.
My brother, if he comes to Madrid,
You're gonna give him a heart attack.
Give me the last 10 years of your life.
Hold on, wait. Because you know what I'm thinking, yeah? Of all these managers you discounted, and he is like the prototypical of, Unai.
Yeah.
He said he has a limitation.
Yeah.
I don't think Gasperini's managed bigger than Atalanta.
I know.
Nah, he
All of a
hasn't.
sudden now going to
doesn't.
big
He
stars at
doesn't.
Madrid.
But trust me, Gasperini will come to Madrid and he will feel like, you know how he's 80, he will feel like he's 40.
I don't
Yeah.
think he's 100.
It'll be the sun. It'll be the sun. Everything.
Let me not even say what I was going to
How
say,
old is
but...
Gasperini?
He's 66.
Yeah, hey, come on, bro.
Let him rest. Let him
trust
rest.
me.
Let him enjoy Italy, man.
Give Gasperini.
Put the gun down.
Gasperini,
you
come.
put the mic down,
Bro.
He was Inter Milan manager in
Carlo
2011. That's it.
Ancelotti,
he fell into it, actually, yeah.
Carlo Ancelotti on Tuesday, which this episode will come. I mean, before. You know what? This episode will come after we play Atlanta. Yeah, we got cooked because of him. We are gonna get cooked because of this man.
I hope Madrid win now. I swear. I hope Ancelotti puts on a schooling. Moving on though, let's move on to number 7, a manager who has accrued 54 votes, only 4 votes more than Gasperini. On this table, I am the only person who doesn't have
we all
him
know
on
this.
his list.
We all know this.
Liaz has him 7th place. Faisal has him 4th. Ilias has him 9th.
Yep.
Fawzi has him 8th. Sharky has him 4th. Liban also doesn't have him on his list. My brother. Star Player has him 3rd. Shoaib has him 6th. Abs has him 8th. Chunks 9th. Hasib 9th. Rinity 10th. 8.
I need you to focus on what you're about to say.
No, I was just looking at something mad about Gasperini now.
AV has him 1st.
I need you to say that again.
AV has Mikel Arteta in 1st place. Hasib, can you hear me? Moving forward, AV is eliminated from all lists.
No, from all things SDS, he's
From-
ruining the credibility of this podcast, bro.
Stick to Primo.
No more Primo. That's it.
Yeah, Primo.
If you shut your whole ass up and make some pants, man. Anybody trying to see a dumbass list?
But yes, you guessed it correct. It is Mikel Arteta.
Oh my
He has
days.
accrued 54 points. Now, the reason I didn't have him on his list, I genuinely put 10 managers who I thought were better on this list. If you want to look at it in the end, you can judge. I don't think he's won anything, an FA Cup.
We're judging you.
I feel like he's built something cute, but every other manager who I put on the list has actually delivered big accolades or done something of a magnitude where it's far bigger than what he's done at Arsenal at the moment.
Yeah.
That's not to say Arteta's a bad coach. I think Arteta's a good coach. Will definitely be one of the best, if, as you're saying, foreshadowing.
Yeah.
But at the moment, he still hasn't done anything. So for me, in that case, I was like, just for that, I got to kind of.
I get where you're coming from. Like when.
So, like, for example, I had Slot 10th.
Yeah.
Slot, I'm like, you broke up the duopoly of Ajax and PSV.
Yeah.
You delivered a title. You've now come to England in
and he's
Arteta's league.
bossing it now.
And
Yeah.
you're first place.
Yeah.
You're dominating this. Champions League, you're dominating. So I was like, I kind of have to take all that into account. You've got silverware. You've changed the culture at a club. Okay, cool.
As much as I love Arteta, I can get why rival fans talk the way they talk about him. He hasn't won anything. FA Cup. One FA Cup. How good we play, still won FA Cup. What a manager's careers and legacies built on. What they've won, not what they haven't won. And the football they play. So I understand when people say, oh, Arteta, it's the 6th year and he's only won one FA Cup. And people have that question of, oh, should he leave at the end of the season? Things like that. I get those questions. I'm against what people say when it comes to Arteta. But I do understand on the flip side why people speak the way they speak about him.
Where have you got him?
I had him.
You
I
had
have him like
him
8th, I think.
in
8th or 9th?
9th place, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 9th. Yeah,
You had him in 9th
I
place.
had him pretty high, to be fair. I had him
had him
7th. I think a year ago I would have had him higher as well, too. And a year ago before
Yeah.
I was really high on Arteta for the longest because I was big on the fact that I feel like I felt like his style of football a year ago was more conducive to results than other managers who had probably proven more.
Yeah.
But for me, over the last year and this season in particular, honestly, for me, he's dropped in my estimations as a manager. And like you said, I agree. There are managers above him that have achieved more than him. And at the end of the day, getting mid to high 80 point tallies is great. Other managers have done that, by the way. He's not the first people are acting like he's revolutionized the wheel here. Yes, he's done well to challenge against Pep and stuff like that. But now you got a manager in Arda Saleh who's also showing, like, look, it's not the most impossible thing ever to come into a league and challenge for a league title. It's not something we've never seen before.
Yeah.
So I think every single person I have above him, I can make a very good argument for why they're above him.
I hear your point of view. I just feel like context is important. No one expected Arsenal to do what they did, and he did that.
What did they? Hold on. So I'm sorry to interrupt you. I give Arteta massive credit for doing what he did to even get Arsenal back to a respectable position where they're consistently a title challenger. He deserves a lot of credit for that. That's why he's on my list. But now this expectation is to win the league. That's not unforeseen now. He's now raised the standard, and that's what he's expected of.
Yeah.
What he did before now, it's great, but it's history now, bro.
I fully agree with that. I fully agree with the fact. I hear what you said. I hear what you said, and I hear what you said. I'm just looking at it from a neutral point of view because I don't support Arsenal. I look at what he's done. Certain games, if it went his way, which is Bukayo Saka missing a penalty against West Ham, if he scored, the situation would have been completely different. Yes, it's all ifs, buts, and maybes. But if that went in, could he have finally have broken that drought and actually winning that
season? The way
But
it
then you could
collapsed
also
against
say
West
if
Ham.
Arteta set them up better against Man City.
Yeah, bro, hold on.
Faisal,
Faisal, look at that season.
You're
You're giving him too much credit here. That season, the way Arsenal collapsed in the tail end of the season, yes, partly due to William Saliba's injury, but it wasn't just one Saka penalty. They dropped points to Southampton. They dropped points to Forest.
Could you not say his usage of players, his overusage of certain key players,
For me, it's not even
being
that.
able to
My
rotate?
biggest issue with Arteta is I think he is now almost scarred as a manager from that season in terms of like how expensive he wants his team to play, and they are way too. I'm just trying to think of the word. There's a word that I can't think of. It's not even rigid. It's like the way I'm trying to describe it is they're too much of a machine now in terms of. There isn't a lot of.
They've lost the freedom.
There isn't a lot of freedom for a lot of players to actually maximize, in my opinion, their individual strength. It's a great system, but I think the system is too. Yeah, it's too rigid for me at the moment.
No, I hear it. Well, listen, Arteta makes it into 7th place with 54 points. The next.
Did you have him, Faisal?
4th.
He had him 4th, so he's
on the list of Real Madrid candidates. To be fair, he'd be very, very high.
Yeah,
very, very high.
That is true.
I'd be interested to see who you have above him.
Next manager, number 6, 63 points. And I think this is the first manager who everybody has in the top 10, barring AV. Which is
AV.
You know.
So I already we all know this manager is going to be a good manager because it's Xabi Alonso in 6th place. I have him in 9th. Liaz has him in 6th. Faisal, you have him in 3rd place, which looking by your standards, that makes sense. To be fair, I'm surprised he's not higher if you're looking at it from Madrid aspect. And you have him, Ilias, in 7th place. So we kind of have him in and around the same place, but obviously doing what he did last year with Leverkusen.
Done incredible, but this season struggling. Well, not struggling, but not struggling. No, not struggling. He's a victim of his own success right now. Yeah, not struggling, but I'm more on the vibe of when they played West Ham last year. They struggled massively when he came up against English opposition. I think both the games, I think they scraped the win in the second leg. When they played us in the pre-season.
Pre-season,
but they played their full starting 11. We didn't play our starting 11.
It's pre-season.
I'm looking at more of. I'm looking at more of.
No way you're
listen to me. Listen to me. I'm looking at it like this. When he's come up against English opposition, he struggled. That's all I'm thinking of. Like, so when he's come up against English opposition, he's not the best, but I still think he's an amazing manager.
I think he's played 2 English oppositions his entire career.
It's only been 2. It's only been Aston Villa. It's only been West Ham.
He lost to Liverpool in the Champions League and he's lost to RB Leipzig in the league. Outside of those 2 losses, he still hasn't
small
lost.
sample size, but a great manager like him. Hold on, you got to stretch that sample size.
Hold on. If you go, but now you're petty. You're disgusting.
He's Arteta's up. He's Arteta's up. I have to fight. Him. He's Arteta's up, man. They're both Spanish young managers. You got him above Arteta? Nah, I do, to be honest. Yeah, I do. It's based on now, innit? Last season, I can't lie. Invincible season's mad, you know. Invincible season last year is nuts, you know.
There is no team in the world that's done an Invincible, and you want him to replicate another Invincible.
No. I'm not saying to replicate. No,
Almost
no,
did
no.
an Invincible
Oh
treble.
yeah, Invincible treble.
Only one game away.
Preseason against Arsenal. Bro.
Hey, preseason against Arsenal, bro.
One game against Arsenal.
Hey, we brought them
Did you see
4.
Did you see Ten Hag
4-0.
against Arsenal in preseason?
Hey, man. Hey.
No.
Almost done Invincible treble. Yeah.
Almost. But no, honestly, he oh my God.
Hey, man.
Now you're shameless.
Hey.
Honestly speaking, he is Real Madrid. They are most likely going to.
Is that his? Has he already signed a contract for Real Madrid?
I think it's done next season.
Same as the Liverpool one.
Oh, with Trent.
Yeah. No. Same as Liverpool. They're already looking to sign.
No. With Madrid, I think it's done. I think he's smart for taking another year at Leverkusen, but I think Real Madrid's just looking at it like, all right, cool, you got that experience. Now this is the actual year of yours. I think last year was a honeymoon. Bayern was bad last year under Tuchel.
Don't forget as well too, Alonso, the year he took over Leverkusen the year before.
He brought him back.
He brought them up really high.
He was 11th and he brought him back to Champions League football.
Yeah.
No, Champions League football. What I'm talking about.
Europe.
Fifth.
Europe, yeah.
Fourth.
This is my point when people talk about Arteta. What Arteta has done is great with Arsenal, but we're looking at it purely from a Premier League lens. There's managers in other leagues that have also brought back sleeping giants and have them taking the next step as well too. So if we look at it objectively across the board, yes, what he's doing is great, but look at the job Alonso did at Bayer Leverkusen. That's more impressive. It's impossible. It's impossible for me to say it's not more impressive.
And facts, and he broke the drought of Leverkusen. Leverkusen was known as Butler's.
They never won the Bundesliga, bro.
No. The drought of Butler's.
They were the equivalent to Spurs,
They
bro.
used to call
You
them
don't
Bayer
understand.
Leverkusen.
Yeah,
bro.
Bayern Leverkusen, literally.
It's like Spurs going on a treble unbeaten. That's the thing with Leverkusen.
And Leverkusen fans, they thought even at last year, March,
They thought they were going to fall off at some point.
After 2002, they're like, yeah, you know what?
You know what happened in 2002? They lost the league, the Champions League, the cup on the last day.
On the last day, I know.
When I watched that, one of the most heartbreaking stories, and I wasn't even a supporter of their club. I'm thinking, how can you be this
Balak is
unfortunate?
the most unlucky player. And then he
What's the
lost the World
story?
Cup that same year.
What's the story? Some people might not know. I'm one of them.
Well, Leverkusen, basically, going for the treble, losing the league title on the last day.
Yeah.
Champions League, lose it to Madrid.
The Zidane volley.
Yeah.
And
And
then
then
they
they
lost
lost
the final
the
as well,
German Cup final as well.
Schalke,
Yeah.
Lost it,
And
they came from
Balak was
behind.
part of that team.
That
He's the biggest
Leverkusen
loser,
team,
isn't
yeah.
he?
No, but
So
listen,
you're
hear
already
this,
thinking
hear
he's
this.
demoralized.
Hear this. Then he
from
goes to
that.
the World Cup, plays an amazing World Cup, gets suspended for the final, so he doesn't get to play. They lose to Brazil in the final. 6 years later for Chelsea, he loses the league on the last day to United. He loses the cup final to Spurs. He loses the Champions League final to United. And then he goes to the Euros and loses the Euro final of Spain.
I know he's the biggest loser.
That's
Bro,
two.
don't do that. Don't
No,
do that.
in terms of
Don't
like
do that.
finals.
Yeah, shit mentality, bro.
Do you know how
Biggest
unlucky
loser.
you have to be for that?
Michael Ballack.
Yeah.
I love Ballack.
What about Klein?
I said what I said. Respect Ballack.
Yeah, a legend.
Bro,
Fix your jumper.
listen,
Fix your jumper.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'll fix it for you. Don't worry. But respect Michael Ballack.
And stop spitting as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Stop spitting as well, fam.
What about Klein? Huh? What about Klein on those Bayern teams?
Yeah, Klein, number 32.
I was just about to bring it up. I was just about to say, I once had a Ballack shirt, but it wasn't actually a
You guys
Ballack
didn't have a
shirt.
Ballack shirt, man.
Oh, yeah.
Mentally, I have a Ballack shirt. That's what
I
that
know you
matters.
wore that shit in your head. You're like cosplaying as Ballack.
Klein.
Your ass is Klein, man.
Calvin Klein, you know. But let's move on anyway. We're moving
Shout out
into
Ballack,
the
man. Big respect to
top
you, man.
5
don't like that.
managers
I don't
at
like
this
that.
point.
Well, big respect to
I
Ballack.
don't like that.
Big respect to Ballack in finals.
disrespectful, man.
In
Stop.
finals,
Slap
big
on the
respect. Big respect to him. No, I said he's a big loser. Yeah, midfield. He's a loser, isn't he?
Now you gotta come across the table and grab him.
Bro, I might actually suplex him through the table. I'm not even joking.
To be honest, we need a new table, innit?
You know what? You ain't lying. But let's move into the top 5 now. This is where the upper echelons are. This is where the nosebleed territory begins. Number 5, I am disgusted
I know
personally that this manager is here. He has 69 points. And
I know who it is.
I think everybody has him unanimously in their list apart from this guy.
Yeah, because of course. it
And
doesn't
obviously going through his little Madrid thing.
Must be.
Even I swear to God,
Must be Hansi.
Can I shake your hand first and foremost, sir? Because there's one thing I know is if you're on the same page as Lias, you're usually going along the lines
Yeah, I
of
like
life.
that.
You
Yeah,
know
I
what
like that.
We have him both second place.
Yeah.
And this manager is Diego Simeone.
Oh, Simeone. Fairs.
One of the greatest managers
Facts.
of this era.
Facts. Speak your shit.
Real men. Speak! Dog.
He's real men Hall of Fame.
CEO.
Player and manager.
You have Roy Keane. He is the vice.
And he did as a manager too.
Hey, listen, set man ain't got that. You know what I mean? But what he has done at Atletico for how many years now? 15 years, I want to say.
During 2012.
During 2012, 12 years.
Bro.
How he has changed that club from plucky, unlucky, mid-table, qualify for UEFA Cup once in a while.
Being the Espanyol of Barcelona, Real
Laughing
Madrid.
stock
When was the last time they beat Madrid before that cup final?
Of that cup final,
hadn't beaten them for like
2006, 7, something like that.
years, man.
Years.
Yeah, yeah.
And not only that, he did something which at that point was unheard of. He beat Madrid 5 times in one season. 5 times in one
Ridiculous.
season.
This
Beat
is
them in the league,
Yeah.
beat them in the Copa del Rey, in the Super Cup. He basically made us. We looked at Atleti like, my brother.
We have to take you lot serious.
Please, bro, we literally went to the Champions League draw in 14-15. We prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at that point, but Pep wasn't buying.
I remember his video he made on
Pep
this.
wasn't buying. And Barcelona had MSN. We looked at Atleti. We don't want Atleti. We don't want Atleti. And of course, we beat them with a Chicharito last minute winner.
We
but-
talk about
Bro,
a
he-
man
he
who's
did it,
changed the
yeah.
culture, changed a club. And for me as well, is how many times he's evolved within that Atletico team. People want to talk about how they had the 4-4-2 back then, and it was just a low block, sit back and absorb. We've seen him go to a 3-5-2. We've seen him go to 3-4-3s. We've seen him 4-3-3s. It's
Not only that, we've seen him sign
flexibility.
strikers on
Yeah.
strikers and develop them and
Yeah.
turn them into the best and then sell them and then replace them and then repeat the trick.
Yeah.
He's reinvented himself. He's done it in the toughest league probably ever.
era.
He did it in the era of Messi's Barca and Ronaldo's Real Madrid. And he took 2 league titles off
And
them.
on top of that, he took,
What the
bro, it's ridiculous.
he took
Ridiculous.
He took a league title, dunking on Barcelona at Nou
At the new camp!
Godin,
At Nou
streets
Camp.
won't forget.
Barcelona, what? You don't want Suarez? What? You think he's shit? You think he's finished? Bring him over. Let me make him score.
Remember they did that with David Villa.
Villa. and
Streets
look
won't
what he did.
forget.
Look, he did. The most, honestly speaking, again, my list is different, but for me, he is a top 3 manager.
100%.
The most tactically flexible manager. They think he's a park the boss manager.
Yeah.
He defends, load the block. My brother, the last 3 years, he's one of the most best attacking managers that are out there. You think Oblak is what? You think Oblak is the same Oblak defensively? They score more goals than we have been scoring just because of what he's been creating. Morata.
Tell him.
Come on, bro. He's honestly,
Hey.
I hate him, but I fucking respect him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I fucking respect
Bro,
him.
and I
He's
think
Shake my hand.
fucking too good. Bro.
I appreciate you.
And his name is not Diego Simeone. He's El Cholo.
Cholo.
El Cholo.
Respect it, man.
Indeed.
I read this interesting stat about Simeone as well too, based on this season, and it's basically how effective his team has been off the bench. I read this really good article. Shout out lapausa.digital. That's the website. But basically, they have the most active bench in Europe this season.
Korea is one of them.
They've basically
Yeah.
they have the basically
It's
their
been
bench.
forever.
Their bench has been the most active in terms of they played the most minutes with 2,500 minutes played off the of players off the bench. Like he's utilizing his bench like crazy, and they're also scoring like crazy. If I can find, because they obviously came in this season with like that front 3 of Alvarez, Griezmann, and Sorloth. They've only started 2 games together. They spent mad money on that, but in terms of how much that team has actually scored, I can just find this.
I wonder what it's like to play under like Simeone.
Bro, they've scored.
You
they've
die for him.
Yeah.
He's the kind of manager I genuinely feel like you'll run through a brick wall for him. Like
Yeah.
the
Die for him.
Contes, the Joses, the Diegos, they're the kind of managers who demand nothing less than 100%. And those are the type of, when they're signing players, I feel like one of the things they do is they judge you off character.
Yeah.
Forget your footballing ability. Do you have character and hunger?
And at the same time, he's one of those managers that if you don't turn out well within the first couple of months, I'm not gonna keep playing you and playing you. Joao Felix.
Me personally, I was going to say,
Joao Felix.
that for me is the epitome of why I don't rate Joao Felix.
Joao,
Yeah.
yeah.
You went
How can
there
you not? Yeah.
to a manager who basically, and at that time as well, people were trying to say, oh, he's a defensive manager. And I'm like, no, he's putting him in the middle,
Yeah.
behind Griezmann, behind these guys, and he's still not flourishing. And he's just not. And for me, that's where I felt like one of the few wrongs he's done was spending that much bread on a guy who, character-wise, doesn't fit his
Yeah.
team.
But that's one of his biggest liabilities, in my opinion. In terms of looking at the transfer, his talent ID is not the greatest when it comes to big money.
He's good at unearthing.
unearthing this.
No, bro, look at the
smaller
Arda
ones, but-
Turans, the Kokes.
Yeah.
The Kirkis, but when it comes to the big money signings,
Yeah, the Jackson Martinez.
Jackson Martinez,
Yeah.
Thomas
even
Lemar,
Sorloth.
Thomas
Yeah.
Lemar, Solov. He does
So
have
basically, the statistic that I read is this season, Atletico Madrid's bench has contributed to 35% of the team's goals.
That's crazy.
And
That's insane.
And Korea's got like 7 gay goals, bro. Last minute win against Celta Vigo.
Korea's a bench
Last
man.
minute win
King.
against.
Because
And I
bro,
watched both games.
They use their bench like crazy, bro. Today they
El Clásico.
come back like crazy.
Say,
bro.
And I watched both games.
Bro, look
I should have thrown Atletico as well.
So Atletico Madrid right now are on their best winning streak since 2015 with 9 games winning streak. Today they obviously came back. They won 4-3. In that period, they've scored 27 goals, 6 goals conceded, 5 clean sheets.
And just very quickly, that season, beginning of the season in September, October, everyone was called him finished.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
feel
quite
like they do
enough.
this every year. They do this every year with Diego Simeone, and
then-
he always proves them wrong.
Always proves
And
them
by
wrong.
the way, the job that he did with Antoine Griezmann when he was basically dead food at Barcelona, everybody wrote him off, brought him back into the fold. If you remember, he was managing his
You
minutes
see
at
what he's
one
doing
point.
this year?
Bro, he's...
No, but managing his minute was because contracting.
I
It
understand
was a
that,
contract.
but look at what... And Griezmann, everybody thought he was done, bro. People were saying, oh, he's going to leave Atletico Madrid that season. Look what he's managed to no manager has ever gotten the best out of Griezmann like Diego Simeone does. For me, he's an incredibly underrated
Top
manager.
three.
Fully, man. I'm glad he made the top 5, but I think he should be higher. But we move on to number 4, and this is a manager who everybody bar Faisal has him in their top 10. No, it's actually not Carlo Ancelotti. It is Hansi Flick, who
okay,
has
makes sense.
81 points.
You have Hansi Flick in your list.
Hansi Flick, I had him 3rd place. You had him 5th place. You had him 5th place as well.
Hansi Flick, bro.
No, Faisal. I have. You do not have Hansi Flick on your list, mate.
So you would take Barca's manager as the Real Madrid manager?
From the list I have here, it says NA for
Allah.
Faisal.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be real.
You only said 9 players.
Did you have him in and take him out?
I'm gonna be real. Thiago Motta. Big respect.
But look what he did with Bologna last season.
Big respect. Whoa.
He didn't even know where they were in the league table.
Big respect, Thiago Motta.
Haseeb, do not edit that out.
Hansi
It's
Flick.
3-6-1 formation.
Hansi Flick, bring him on. No, bring Hansi Flick in.
Hansi Flick counter press goes brrr. That's what I like, man.
Give me Hansi Flick, man. He's definitely my top 10.
Well, I mean, let's talk about him a little bit because I feel like was his first campaign the treble-winning campaign with Bayern?
Sextuple winning campaign at
Sextuple.
Bayern Munich.
Ridiculous for you to come in,
Yeah.
set the tone,
Six
and of
job,
course,
yeah.
some people say, "Oh, it was Champions League 1 leg." You still got to go out there and win it, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's the highest scoring team in Champions League history for one season.
Yeah.
For a team that was playing one leg,
game,
yeah.
not bad.
And he plays good
then-
football as well.
And then, of course, I feel like he went Germany. Of course, it didn't go exactly as planned. But since coming into Barcelona,
It's changed, bro. It's changed.
I'm like,
It's
talk
changed.
to me. You're the La Liga man.
He's changed Barcelona. I said it on one of my videos that we have been winning games because of
El Clasico.
individuals. Barcelona's been winning games because of Hansi Flick. What he's done, the same way you mentioned about Onslaught improving and developing all the players. What Hansi Flick has done to Koundé, incredible. What he's done to Inigo Martinez, where he was seen as he's just there for a couple 2 years vet. The guy's been playing as one of the best centre backs in the world this season.
Araujo.
Araujo, brother, you might have a problem coming into that because Kubasi and Inigo have created that partnership.
Look what he's done to Rafinha.
What he's done to Rafinha is transforming into the player he is. What he's done to Lewa, making him Xavi on the Xavi was playing
36.
as a false 9. Man, no, you're not a false 9. You're a poacher. Stay, get your ass inside that box and score goals. But what I love, the biggest transformation is 2 things. Casado, bring him in. It was crazy.
I wouldn't
but
even say Casado, but I think the way he's brought in all of these youngsters.
Youngsters,
I know Xavi
it's just
started it
it's
almost.
just 2. It's just Casado and Bernal.
Bernal, I was going to say, yeah, as
Bernal
well.
got the ACL, but the biggest thing, in my opinion, which he's done successful with,
Yamal.
the
responsibility that he's
Yeah.
given to, because last year I'll never forget it when we watched that Barca versus PSG. I know the second leg we didn't watch together, but I'll never forget this for as long as I live. When Barcelona were up 1-0, they get a red card, and the player to make way was Lamine Yamal. And
crazy.
I was saying it was crazy, and Barca fans were saying he's young. And I was trying to tell them he's not a typical 16-year-old. This kid is special. And Hansi Flick has come in after a great Euros, of course, too. And he said, "Nah, this guy, I don't care how old he is. He's indispensable. He is the creator in my team." So for me, the amount of creative freedom he's given to Lamine Yamal, he's given him the keys.
Exactly. But I think the biggest tactical change, you looked at Pedri, you're cute.
Deeper.
Yeah.
You're nice. I don't want you as a 10.
Yeah.
I don't want you behind
Get
the
your ass back.
striker. We miss Busquets. We haven't replaced Busquets so many years. Xavi, we haven't replaced him. Pedri, drop deep, and look at what
My
he's
boy
done.
Frankie, man.
Oh no, he's cooked, man.
he's
Came
cooked,
off
he's cooked.
came
Can I
off the
say
bench,
this, bro?
conceded a penalty.
Hansi Flick, I call him the attacker whisperer, man. Honestly, like
Yeah.
any manager that can make Serge Gnabry look like the most devastating winger in Europe, you are a serious gaffer.
Nah, he's
You are a serious gaffer.
Gnabry had a hot patch.
Bro, he had Gnabry looking like
and
Ribery, bro.
and,
What the hell?
and any manager that can make Ferran Torres score goals.
There you go.
Wallah,
No, look what he's doing with Rafinha too. Hey, come on, man.
You got Ferran Torres right here, man. What are you talking about?
But what he's done with Rafinha
that
as well
easy.
too. Rafinha's a great player. Bro,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
got Rafinha in Ballon d'Or form right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Lewandowski, is there a manager? Like I asked Lewandowski in the summer, bro, how excited are you to go back with Lewandowski? He said with Hansi Flick. He said it's the manager that knows me best, bro. I haven't had a better
Yeah.
year than the year I had
Yeah.
under Hansi Flick.
Nice.
This guy was saying go send him to Saudi, bro.
Yeah,
Look at
but
what Hansi Flick has
last season,
revitalized him,
facts.
man.
But nah, first.
Very unlucky to miss out on
I
the
didn't even
top
know that.
three.
I
He is
missed him.
4th place. Yeah, your vote could have pushed him. Do you know what I mean?
Barcelona hate.
You know
Club
what?
covered your eyes.
He's actually
Here's the
for me
thing.
a very Madrid manager, Hansi Flick, in terms of the style of play that he meant. Like
I would've
that
had him
kind of
on the
style
team.
is a
If you
Real
could
Madrid
revise your
style.
list, where would you put him?
Above Arteta.
Has to be.
He'll be 4th.
Okay, fair.
Simeone wouldn't be on your list,
Simeone is because of Atleti.
but Hansi Flick is Barcelona.
I know, but Hansi Flick just there for a year, man. Simeone's giving me nightmares, fam.
Yeah.
Simeone's giving me nightmares.
When Hansi
You're not
Flick's
gonna
there
take
for
the
3
Barca-
years,
You're not gonna take the Barca manager. Like, it's
My
like,
brother, I don't give a shit. He's there for 4 months only. Simeone,
you're saying Figo time.
yeah.
Figo time, yeah.
literally. Simeone, I despise the hell out of him, bro.
Good. I'm glad. But let's move on anyway. 3rd place. We are now entering medal category. And
Big boys now.
All these guys have 100+ points. So these are guys who comfortably are sitting in everybody's
have to
top 5, top
Have to
4
be.
usually.
Except for AVs, probably.
No, except for Faisal.
Oh.
Except for
This is
Faisal.
an exception, though, today.
I
man.
have this manager 6. Lias has him 3rd. Ilyas has him 4th. Fouzi 3rd. Sharky 2nd. Liban 2nd.
I like
Star player 5th. Shuaib 2nd. Abs 3rd. Chunk 2nd. Hasib 2nd.
Say the name.
Rinaldi 2nd. AV even has him 3rd.
Good. Say the name.
Mr. Carlo
What?
Yeah, that's what you
Ancelotti.
think you are.
Wait,
bro.
third?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hold on, third.
sir.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Hold
You,
on.
and it
you
didn't
have
change.
put
His hand didn't even
Ancelotti
change.
3rd.
I thought I put him fourth. Wait, I
No,
put him third. Oh
you
no, I
have-
did put him third. Yeah,
you
you're right.
have put
I'm sorry,
him
yo. Big
third.
respect, Carlo, but you weren't who I meant to salute. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was getting ready to salute someone else.
Someone else, yeah.
My fault, Carlo.
Did you not see what they said in the comments just now?
What did they say?
When you stood up, you stayed the same height.
They said about you. Hey, this guy's trying to.
They
Hey,
just said it now, bro.
Hold on.
They just said it now, bro. That's crazy.
Right message, wrong messenger. I ain't having that.
Crazy.
Yo, this
Right
is
message, wrong
crazy.
message. I ain't having that from him.
That's what the comments just said now. I saw it, bro. I saw it.
The expected
same.
height
I saw
on this
it.
table.
Same,
They know
same,
you've been
same.
setting up the whole time, though.
Bro,
Nah, same.
The XH is
What's
crazy.
the XH on this table? The expected height.
Poor.
6 foot.
Crazy.
I'm bringing all the 6s.
You're 6'7", bro. I've seen. Hey.
Oh my god. No, you lot are killing me. Damn. But Carlo Ancelotti is in 3rd place. What do we make of that? Is he a top 3 manager worldwide? I will save you for last. Yeah. You just hold your horse. I can already see the table lifting. Relax.
Allah.
Let's talk about
table's
Ancelotti
shaking.
a little bit. Let's
You
give him
got-
his flowers a little bit, I feel like, because he's an all-timer. It
All
would be
timer.
rude to not call him an all-timer.
You called him top 3, like.
Top 3.
Yeah, so stop laughing then.
But it's due to context.
You wouldn't replace Carlo Ancelotti.
No,
with
you
Carlo
want to replace Carlo
would you?
Ancelotti with Carlo Ancelotti. I get it. I get why he doesn't make your list.
No.
Yeah.
My brother, if I did this
We said you go
seriously-
last, bro. You go last.
Okay.
So, Carlo Ancelotti.
Is that easy to make him? Is that how easy
Because
it
we
is to
know
make him
once
shut
he
up?
talks about Ancelotti, he wants
Oh, I
stuff.
do.
So let us get our
Yeah.
bit in, and then my brother, go crazy.
Let's give Ancelotti
Fair?
some flowers. What,
Yeah.
what have you lot
listen.
made of his kind of career, even like his return to Madrid? I know a lot of people thought when he went to Everton, that was kind of the beginning of the end
Yeah,
for it.
he had a rough patch in his career, right? At Everton, even at Bayern Munich, it wasn't that great. At Napoli,
Because Pep came
did
in
he
and
replace
cleaned him
Maurizio
up.
Sarri at Napoli?
Yes, he
think
did.
he did, sorry.
Or was he? No,
Yes.
I don't know if he was before or after. I think he might have been after.
I think it was.
At
Sarri.
Napoli, Ancelotti.
It was.
Was it after
it was
Maurizio
Sarri.
Sarri?
Before Sarri.
Before Sarri. He didn't do great
Was
at
it
Napoli either. I think he
before
replaced
Sarri?
Benitez, to be fair. It's
Ah, yes,
2018-19.
Before
2018 at Napoli.
He was at Napoli, yeah.
So he replaced Maurizio Sarri then.
No, he would have been before Sarri because Sarri came after that.
Yeah. It's
Sarri came
Benitez.
to Juventus in 1819. Sarri left Napoli to go to Chelsea.
Let me
Then he
confirm.
went to Juventus. Come on.
Liz is right.
I'm right, bro.
Liz is right. Liz is right. Liz is right. Why am I arguing with Wikipedia? Why am I arguing with human
So
Wikipedia?
he came in after Sarri.
Yes.
Yeah, and he didn't.
Yeah,
Sarri had them.
Carlo
hitting
Ancelotti
high.
appointed Napoli manager, replacing Maurizio Sarri.
Yes.
2018.
Correct you are. I'm sorry for doubting you. Liz.
come on.
I'm sorry for doubting
We
you.
doubted the supercomputer.
Human computer. Oh, sorry. Human AI. Off you go. You were saying?
He's
I
a
don't know if
Tesla.
I want to go anymore. I'll be right.
He's a Tesla robot. You know that. He's a Tesla robot.
No, you're crazy.
It makes sense, bro.
You're
I
crazy.
don't know if I want to speak anymore. I'll be
Bro,
real.
he's
I said-
American. Elon brought him here. Said, "Yo, you're the
no,
first
I'm Tesla.
robot.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm a
you're the
Tesla
Tesla robot.
analyst.
He's
Yeah,
a prototype.
the first robot.
YouTube
Wallah.
football scene.
Let's see what he
This
can
guy's
do.
crazy, fam. Wallah.
Let's see what he can do.
Well, now you were actually saying a good point there, where
Yeah.
he'd had a rough patch
He had a rough
after
patch.
having a
Bayern,
golden
Napoli,
period.
Everton, and I think a lot of people, rightfully so, are saying Ancelotti in terms of can he hang in the modern game? I think the way we're talking about Mourinho now, Ancelotti was kind of approaching that sort of conversation. But this is why, for me, kind of like how I said about Emery, there's some managers, in my opinion, that are made to manage more underachieving clubs and lift them to higher heights. And there's some managers that, when you give them the platform to manage the best players in the world and manage those egos and create an environment for them to succeed and maximize their strengths. You look at Vinicius under Ancelotti. Is there a manager that has gotten the best out of Vinicius more so than Ancelotti?
I mean, it's only been two.
There's been Zidane, there's been the Brazilian manager, and there's been Ancelotti.
Vinny-
and there's been Lopetegui.
Vinny's 23.
Not
Like
Lopetegui.
Vinny's,
Huh?
No. I agree with what you're saying.
Bro, you look at- you look at-
Vinny's 30 act, bro. He's young.
We said you're lost.
He is young. He is young, but he's had numerous managers, and the one he's performed the best with by far is Ancelotti. How come Vinicius then?
We said he's
isn't-
lost.
Okay, fair. Ancelotti came in and has platformed Vinicius and helped him. Of course, Vinicius is an unbelievable talent, but he has helped elevate him into who I believe the best player in the world. I think Ancelotti deserves a lot of credit for that.
Does Ancelotti deserve credit as well for bringing Jude in and putting him in that new role last year?
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Having him look like a Ballon d'Or contender?
1,000%. Ancelotti immediately identified Jude Bellingham, a player who the entire football media framed as the next Steven Gerrard. He's all action. He said, nah. Jude Bellingham's best attributes come the closer you bring him to goal. I don't know who else said that, by the way, on SDS. That's my second appearance, but hey, whatever. But he got a what, 20 plus something goal season from a midfielder in Jude Bellingham. No one would have ever expected that. Why can't Ancelotti get praise for that? I feel like we always look at Ancelotti because of the tactical side of the game. He isn't as, for me, tactically excellent as a Pep Guardiola or, for example, even a Gasperini. When he manages against him next week, I think Gasperini might get the better of him. But in terms of you give him the best players in the world, or you give him an amazing squad and tell him, take us to the promised land. There aren't many managers, if any, that I trust more with an elite squad than Carlo Ancelotti.
Great point you ended on there. You want to come in now? You want to jump in now?
Bro, just move on, man. Because if I speak about this brother, fam.
So, Carlo Ancelotti, I think you spoke greatly there, but Faisal, I want to bring you in here. Why did you not have him on your list? Keep it brief if you can.
Keep it brief.
I'm going to keep my team brief.
My brother, how about you one day you experience the pain of having this manager?
Do you remember the cup soup gift? That was
Yeah.
against me.
The pain of 3 Champions Leagues.
Yeah.
Wallahi, I would love to experience Ancelotti.
I need that pain.
Yeah,
If that's pain, I need more of that.
I will wipe my
Yeah.
tears off
If that's
every medal.
racism, I need more of that.
Yeah, the pain which is what Vinny did, what Benzema did, what I'm sure Carlo Ancelotti told Donnarumma to trip before for Benzema to take it. I'm sure Carlo Ancelotti told Rodrigo to score 2 goals in the last second for him to do that. I'm sure.
No, but you know-
He brought on Rodrigo, though. He brought him on.
I'm sure Carlo told Neuer, yo, when Vinny shoots, just please drop it for Joselu to come and score in the last second for us
Hold
to
on,
have any
Ancelotti
other-
coached a better game than Tuchel.
Do
That's
you know
right,
what,
bro.
though? You got to give Carlo surely the credit for
He's good.
managing Benzema after Ronaldo left,
1000%.
giving him the limelight, saying, this is your team
Zidane
now.
did that.
Then, when Benzema goes, it's like, hey, Vinny, now it's your turn.
Zizou
Spread
did
your
that.
wings.
Zizou did that.
Whoa, hold on.
Don't
With
give it to Carlo.
Vinny,
Don't give it to
Ancelotti
Carlo.
gives no
Don't give it to-
credit.
No.
Ancelotti gets no
Bro,
credit.
he never gives the credit.
He does.
Decima, it's Mourinho's team.
He does.
The Champions League, it's Zidane's team.
He does. What the Benzema first? The Benzema. Don't say he takes credit. Zidane deserves the credit for making. What you think Benzema didn't score 20 goals and won the top scorer before Carlo Ancelotti?
No,
he
he
won
did.
it. He won it with Zizou.
He did, but
Don't
when
give
did
me
he win
this.
the Ballon
Don't
d'Or?
give us. said about
When did he win the Ballon d'Or?
Jude. You said about Jude. My brother, we had no other options but play Jude a bit forward.
And who figured that option out?
Nah, that's a bad take.
Don't give it options,
That's
fam.
a bad take.
What, who did we have then?
He designed the team to be built around Jude,
because
bro.
we have 6-7 midfielders.
By his design.
Is he putting Fede as a 10? Is he putting Camavinga as a 10?
Bro, he doesn't
Is he
play-
putting
he
Tremendous?
doesn't- hold on,
Who's
hold on,
Who's
hold on.
Who's
Please,
man?
I beg. You were the clown who came on SDS.
Oh.
No, let me let.
Clown.
Let me let. You were the clown that came on SDS and said Vinicius will never be able to play as a forward. He'll never be able to play as a center forward. Ever. He turned Vinicius and Rodrigo with Jude in behind into a Champions League.
And that is because of Vinicius
And then
Junior.
he says, Ancelotti doesn't get credit. You didn't see it happening.
Oh, yeah,
Come on. Come on. You don't want to get this guy any credit, fraud. Cut that fraud.
Look at your captain's treating.
Side note. Who played Joselu in the semi-final against Bayern Munich when it time to come clutch? But they don't want to give him his juice.
Yeah, man.
By the way, another thing with Ancelotti.
Rest of the episode.
No
Rest your
manager in the world is better at in-game management than Carlo Ancelotti. In terms of changing a
Bellissimo.
game with his substitutions. or his little tweaks.
Bellissimo.
Carlo's the king of that.
And no manager has failed in the league titles. 5-6 league titles in 27 years of management. Get the out of my team, man.
I mean, hey, look, all I will say is two things can coexist. But please, let's swear it. Anyway, we move forward.
But big up Carlo though.
He's
Big up, top 3 manager of all time. I'm not gonna disrespect
I
you.
don't know if you believe that.
No, he is.
Because every single achievement he has, you find a way of discrediting it, bro.
Top 3 manager of all time.
Decima is Mourinho's team. The 21-22 is Zidane's team. This one was Vinny and Jude. He doesn't respect any of his achievements.
Top 3 manager of all time. But my brother, leave, please.
It's
leave.
time to go.
It's been time to go.
Well, let's move on from Carlo Ancelotti in that case. I don't want to raise your blood pressure anymore. Let's move on to number 2. And a manager who I feel like everybody is enjoying. This
I know who it is.
this is a manager who
know who it is.
I have seen our usual host Sharky
I know who it is.
set aside time in his busy. We all know how busy Sharky is. We see him set time aside in his busy schedule to make sure he watches Inter Milan games. The full 90. He gets a notepad and pen out because he is so in love with the manager in charge, his tactics, his ideology. And that's, of course, Simeone Inzaghi.
Wow, what a manager.
Guys,
What a manager.
when I look around the table, everybody had him in their top 4.
Of course.
I had him 4th. You had him 4th. Faisal had him 2nd.
Incredible.
The highest. Ilias had him 3rd. Fuizi 4th. Sharky 3rd. I think everybody pretty much had him in the top 4, barring Rinity. But
Randy doesn't know who he is.
oh, and Liban 6th.
Doesn't know who he is.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Liban. But
Inzaghi's
what do we make of
incredible,
Inzaghi? I feel like the way he's taken over from Conte, because we were glowing about Conte winning the title with that Inter Milan side, he has come in and almost raised it.
He elevated them.
Elevated them stylistically, tactically. I feel like individuals have improved massively as well. Some of the signings he's made as well, despite being financially restricted, I feel like he's been very smart. The likes of Zielinski coming in on a free.
Bro.
I just think in terms of the current new age managers, he might be the highest stock at the moment, would you say?
For me, 1,000%. You know Bader Ball, right? He's a Milan fan.
Oh,
He has this expression
love him.
about Serie A that Milan, Inter, and Juve can be described in 3 ways. He says Inter are dumb, or they're smart and broke. Milan are dumb and broke.
Yeah.
And Juve are rich and dumb. Inter are smart, but they got no money, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Inzaghi came in after Conte, they had to sell Lukaku, they had to sell Ashraf Hakimi, they had to sell players, and yet he's rebuilt this team, added players for free on free signings for budget deals, and he has Inter playing better than they did under Conte, more competitive in Europe than they were under Conte, winning cup competitions in the
Got
league.
to a Champions League final as well.
Bro,
Yeah.
since that Champions League final in 2023, Inter Milan have lost 5 games. Since the Champions League final in 2023, Inter Milan have lost 5 games in all
And
competitions.
we're about to go into 2025.
2 of them were against Sassuolo, who got relegated.
Shooter.
That's crazy.
They're
About to go to 2025.
crazy, bro.
No, that's actually crazy. That's
The
actually a
guy's
crazy stat.
unbelievable, bro.
Steve is dying. And the fact that he said 2025. Because he said, yo, he hasn't lost since 2023. And he went, 2025 is next week. And he's a great contribution, mate.
That just shows 2 years.
I haven't spoken for 17 minutes.
Look, guys, look, it's currently 3 a.m. when we're filming this. Just so you lot understand.
No, keep going. Well, I keep going.
There is some tiredness here, but we're still trying to bring you this good content.
I have him second, man.
You have him the highest.
That's what you call proper Italian, man. A proper Italian manager, man. Unlike certain men out there, fam, who claims they're Italian, fam.
What is Ancelotti? He's not Italian.
Brother,
I thought he was third all time.
Hold on, what is he? Hold on, what is he if he's not Italian?
You just called him top 3, but he's saying certain man called him Italian.
Faisal, if he's not Italian, what is he?
Honestly, with Carlo, I've got a love-hate relationship with Malta.
I don't know where the love comes from, bro. You keep saying love.
There's no love, bro. It's just hate.
You know what it is?
It's just hate.
He wants to love him publicly.
Yeah,
That's
he
what it
knows
is.
he has to love him, but
It's a love-hate relationship with him. But Simone Inzaghi, bro, I honestly love him.
Why'd you rate him?
I rate him so highly just because of how flexible he is. He is. Oh yeah.
Yo.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yo. His legs behind his
you
neck.
didn't say tactically, you know? When they say that karma could save your life, that tactically would have saved your life right there, bro.
Knees touching his ears.
Oh my god!
Yeah, first.
I love it. He's so
You know what?
flexible.
It's the way he just carried on as normal. I was like,
Whoa.
you ain't even gonna
Love how
put a horse on
flexible he is.
Second great impact.
Yeah.
That was a good impact.
Sorry, you were saying he's very flexible.
Very tactical, flexible. Very tactical, flexible. And what the players that he's managed to play with and made them, bro, he had bums. Under his disposal, and what he's managed to be, bro. Like Michi was seen as Michi was seen.
Why'd you say it like that?
Michi was seen as this.
Why'd you sound scarce? Why'd you sound scarce?
Michi was seen as this.
Yeah, that it sounded scarce. Michi. Oh my days, man.
Michi.
That is so funny.
Michi was seen.
Michi. How can you say it like that? Michi.
So sorry, man.
Michi.
Send me, bro.
Michi.
What's wrong with him?
Michi.
What's wrong with him?
What was it? It's
like-
Michi.
Should I put some like oomph on it?
Let me guess, that's how they say it in Arabic.
Come on, man.
Michi,
That's how
bro.
they say. I knew that's gonna be his
That's his
favorite line.
catchphrase.
But of course, and then turning Hakan from a 10. What now, fam? What, I can't say Hakan now.
Can you not just say names normally?
I can't say
It's like
Hakan.
him when he says Portuguese name. French.
I can't say Hakan
Or
now.
when he mentions a French player.
Nuno Mendes. Just say Nuno Mendes, bro.
Henri.
What?
Clean your nose, man.
Yeah. You know puree? You know puree? You know puree?
You know, Vicente Lizarazu. Sorry, man. We've got to that silly point of the show, man. Faisal, you were saying a very important point about Simeone. Tactically flexible.
Yeah, that,
Hey, man, Zaki.
turn,
Shut up. Continue.
but yeah, turning players into different positions. But
Turn him. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Hey, final strike.
Hey, yo. Where's the red card, man? Where is the red card? Give me the red card over there.
I can't do this.
Give me the red card
I
over there.
can't do this. Give me.
Give me that. Give me that.
Send him off.
Give me that. Give me that.
Send him off.
Give me all of that. Give
How
me
do they
all
do
of
the
that.
VAR? They say,
Off.
Nah.
Off.
you're gone.
Immediately.
First one over there.
Alright, man.
Yellow. Second one there. Yellow. Third. You're off, mate.
Okay, I think
Goodness
we're done
me.
on Diego Simeone. Let's move on to the number.
Simeone.
Yeah. Hey.
Yo.
First offense.
Yellow, that's yellow.
First
As I
offense.
said,
First offense.
It's 3 a.m. As you can
offense.
see, it's, I didn't even turn my phone on. It's 3 a.m. Delirious hours. Please bear with us. We are there nearly at the end. We are on the final manager. Let's move on, shall we?
Yeah, let's not talk about Inzaghi anymore. We can't put him into different positions and things
Inzaghi,
like that.
we salute you, sir. We see what you're doing, and we appreciate it. Inter Milan, keep cooking.
That's
Real
team to
Italian,
watch, man.
man.
They're the
We-
underdogs of the Champions League this
We
year.
are enjoying.
Real Italian out there.
But let's move on to the creme de la creme. The man who's number one.
The man with 1 win and 9.
The man.
Man with
Hey, I'm never gonna be able to say it again, man. Let me rejoice in this.
4 Premier League titles in 5.
A man who has wiped United's records off the book
Wow.
with a
He has
treble,
13 Premier
with a
League titles.
4-time
So he's equal our
champions in a row.
Less Premier
A man who has broke Premier League records, Centurions, treble.
Didn't break a record for that.
What do you mean?
Equaled one.
He got a treble, didn't he?
Yeah, congrats. You said broke records.
Yeah, I said he broke
So
a
he
record.
equaled the
Got the
record.
Centurion.
Okay.
That was a record.
So broke record.
That's what I said. What, you saying that's the only record they broke?
I'm hoping he doesn't bring
Shall I bring up the Wing Street record, yeah? Shall I bring up the United records, yeah? Listen.
Hey,
it is
you know what record he broke?
Pepito.
You know what record he broke that Fergie never did?
What's that?
What is it? 6 losses in a row. Or 5 losses in a row. Hey, we ain't never done that shit either, man. Big up Pep.
How's United treating you, Fergie?
Big respect.
Huh?
How's United treating you, Fergie?
He treated me well, honestly. He's an old man now. He can retire. Fergie, right? Give me 13 Premier League titles.
But number 1 is Pep Guardiola, a man who has he has not. I thought it would be a landslide. Number
'cause of
1
AV.
all
Who's
over.
got-
AV.
AV has him second.
Mikel Arteta.
No, he's not the only person that has him second.
And Rindy's the other one, I reckon.
No, Rinaldi has him first.
Oh, Faisal.
No,
It's not Faisal. Faisal has him first.
Oh.
Guess who has him second?
Stars.
Think along the lines of AV.
Rindy. No, I said Rindy.
Sharky.
Oh,
I said
Fuzi.
think along the lines of Rinaldi, and you went Sharks.
Oh, Rin. Oh, I don't know.
Sharks,
Why
obviously
I thought you
the
said
Fuzi.
AV. No, Rin, I thought you
Fuzi.
said AV, so I said Sharky.
Oh, I
Who
see
is he?
family. Yes.
Who is
Who
he?
do you
It
have?
is. He had Arne Slot. That's why I said you got to think of the 2 most biased guys here. But universal number 1.
Has to be.
What can we say about Pep that hasn't already been said?
Leave, please, leave and never
Yeah,
come back.
yeah,
Leave
no,
me
no,
alone,
that's
bro.
what we can say about him. That's what we can say.
You know
Leave
that
our Premier
hasn't
League.
been said?
You ruined my life. That's the best compliment I can give him, bro. I want you gone. Seriously, the extension the other day felt like a dagger to my chest, bro. God damn.
Sign the new
Twisted a
deal.
little as well.
Yeah, no, I twisted a lot.
Yeah, and he's like, let me feel that heart pumping.
Finished 32 points ahead of second place Simeone Inzaghi as well. Clear runaway winner. But
I mean, he's in
Is
bigger
he-
con-
is-
he's conversations all time, man. Forget about current.
All time. He's potentially best manager of all time.
That's what I'm saying. He's in
Yeah.
that conversation.
It's
Forget about
ridiculous,
best
bro.
manager in the world. He's
It's ridiculous. What he's done, there's nothing else left to say for him.
that's it then.
Go coach
Yeah.
Stoke or something, man. Honestly.
Yeah, still, oh yeah, they tell him, go coach a media team and see what you can do with them.
Man, Arsenal need a manager.
I
soon.
mean,
Hey.
Hey. Look, City are on a downward slide now. Who knows? Who knows? He might get another job if he leaves City.
What, go to Spurs? Hey.
Don't put him.
No, but
hey, he's been through a lot.
Hilly.
No, but
Hilly. What did you just say there, brother?
the horse, the wing.
Hellface. Is that you or me?
Put your hands where we can see them. Put your hands where we can see them.
No, but look, I think it's a given. Pep Guardiola is going to be number 1. Best manager of all time at this point. Best manager. Oh, I was going to say something crazy there, but I won't. Well, doing this thing, I reckon he will recover. Do you reckon this season has an impact on his record?
Nah, man. Honestly, Fergie would never, bro.
I wonder who he manages after City. Only a national team.
That's
I think.
actually a good question. Who do you reckon he manages after City?
Brazil.
Spain World Cup.
I think Brazil.
That's a great shout.
He's always talking about. I don't think he'll ever coach Spain.
Same.
Catalonia, man. He's a proud
Same.
nationalist.
I don't think he
you're
will
right,
ever
you're
take
No,
right.
but I think he's talked about he wants to coach in international football, and
Yeah.
him and Ancelotti have always been the ones that have been kind of like their names have been murmured
Brazil,
around
yeah.
Brazil.
Carlo, take your ass to Brazil my brother, before Pep.
Hey, they got good music out there,
Yeah.
good women and
Carlo,
good food.
You love your cigars.
Carlo needs to go
you
there.
love your brother. Go, please.
Nah, I don't want to see Pep coaching Brazil, man.
I do.
Nah, bro, that country
do.
is already too far gone. Into
They need to be
they
restored.
lost their spirit, man. They're gonna go send Pep to go coach
And
these guys
that's
like
what
robots,
they
man.
need.
Nah,
That's
you
what they
hate
need.
football.
You know how
I
to
clocked
say-
you hate football.
No, I don't hate
He
football.
hates football.
No,
bro.
I've accepted Pep's world.
You know how
I
why?
accepted.
Oh, we're just living in it.
This is Pep's world, and we just live in it.
I don't want to live in it,
You have no choice,
bro.
Yeah.
You have no
Converting
choice.
Brazil into like this kind of football would be that would be it. That would
Give
be
me
it.
Rodrigo cutting back. That's all I want to see.
No, dude, you're talking about like attacking fullbacks inverting. Marcelo, imagine Marcelo inverting into a back three so that you can overload the
Bremer
midfield.
stepping into the midfield.
Shut up, man. Give me vibes. Give me Metse, bro. Give me Joga Bonito.
Listen,
Carlo Ancelotti's the perfect Brazil manager. That's the kind of manager Brazil need.
do they have the talent for it now, though?
Vinicius, man. He's the Vinicius whisperer, bro. Carlo Ancelotti.
You want to say anything on Pep Guardiola before we sign off?
Top manager, man.
Can I say this? You're a bit of a hypocrite here because you said Simeone can never be Barca. Not even trying to take shots.
No. I like it. Keep
You are a
going.
bit of a
Take
hypocrite
shots.
because you said Simeone could never be Real Madrid manager because he's been at Atletico so long. Pep is synonymous with Barca, bro. How can he be number 1 on your list?
Pep is an exception.
There's always exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, Pep
There's always
is-
exceptions.
yeah.
And
Rules
I'll
are there
real
to
with
be
you,
broken.
If ever there is going to be an
So
exception,
you take Pep. You'd want Pep
It
at
will be
Barca.
Pep.
All right, City. If you could have
I'll
any
be
manager in the
real.
world,
Jones is my goat, but Pep is the greatest. So I can't say no to the greatest of all time. So the greatest of all time, bring him home.
well, hopefully Sir Alex one day can come out of retirement for you and make your dream come true, man.
Oh, he's the.
Well, guys, on that note, we will end the episode. We appreciate you. Just go through the final top 10 list here. We have coming in number 10, we have Unai Emery. Arne Slot in number 9. Number 8, we have Gianpiero Gasperini. Number 7, Mikel Arteta. Number 6, Xabi Alonso. Number 5, Diego Simeone. Number 4, Hansi Flick. Number 3, Carlo Ancelotti. Number 2, Simeone Inzaghi. And Pepito Guardiola rules the roost at number 1. Guys, we have appreciated you joining us. Let us know in the comments what your ranking is. 1 to 10, who you think are the best managers in the world. Whatever format you like, because Faisal was making it up as he went along as well. But let us know your thoughts in the comments. We will catch you guys on the next one. Till then, peace.